I always say food is medicine. It could heal in some ways, but it also, there is the counter, the polarity to it. Food can be, disease ridden, basically lead you into a path of disease. So for you to get off into a to go down this route and find it that way is really interesting. And I find it also very interesting that we're even using the word organic before food, because 100 years ago we wouldn't even need to use that, because everything was organic from nature, not and not ridden with chemicals and everything else. But we are where we are today. We created a little bit of a monster in many ways with GMO and pesticides and glyphosate, everything else, but there's still tons of confusion. I mean, you're an expert in this. What do people need to know about just the term organic in general when it's applied to food?
Well, it is a term that's regulated by the U.S. government. So what you want to do is you want to look for, so if people don't know what organic is, you go into the store and you look for the organic seal, USDA organic seal. It's round, oftentimes it's green, and you look for that on the product. And so companies cannot just slap the word organic onto a product. I hear all the time, oh, they're just saying it's organic. I mean, there's no question that there are problems with organic, and we can get into that later on. But it is illegal for companies to just slap on the word, or an organic product, unless you are, under $5,000 in sales. But in general, it is illegal to do that. So this is regulated. There are laws, there are enforcements. There's a third-party certifier that brands need to get to come in and validate that their product is in fact organic. So this is a regulated term, overseen by the U.S. government.
Now, at the same time, I do feel there's still confusion around, let's say, non-GMO versus biodynamic, sustainable, all these different terms around, almost like eggs, right? There's cage-free, pasteurized, all these other ways. But what exactly are you looking directly for that seal when you go into any place to shop and you want the highest quality organic food, or let's even go beyond that and say produce? Because I really want to hit on what people are kind of taking home to cook with, and vegetables and fruits. Is there something we, like, as consumers, should be looking at or fearful of when we see?
I mean, you wanna look for the USDA organic seal. That is the baseline. When you're shopping at a supermarket, that's what you want to look for. So there's something else. So number one, you want to look for the USDA organic seal. I mean, that is widely accepted, $62 billion industry. So that's what you want to look for. If you're going to a farmer's market, there are a lot of farmers who refuse to get certified or drop their certification. That doesn't mean that you should necessarily not buy from them, but what you want to do is you want to say, do you use chemicals? Do you spray? And they say, well, we do. I've been to plenty of farmers markets where they're very honest and they tell you. Now, there might be some people that are not as honest, but a lot of these farmers will tell you. So you want to, they may say, hey, we do everything, or we're beyond organic. We just don't, we have an aversion to the US government, to the USDA's National Organic Program. But in the market, I look for the organic seal. That is a baseline.
And is the organic seal also that you can't use artificial fertilizers? Is that part of it? Like, how far does it go as far as chemicals versus artificial versus truly, let's say, a very biodynamic and natural type of approach to farming?
Yeah, no synthetic fertilizers, no super toxic pesticides, no GMOs, no irradiation, no sewage sludge, which is used on conventional food. So you're really getting, a lot of the big things are removed. That being said, you mentioned non-GMO before. Well, why? A lot of people think, because GMO is such a buzzword, they say, oh, well, this is non-GMO, it's okay. Well, no, it's not okay, because non-GMO only means non-GMO, and that's if it's verified by a third-party certifier like the Non-GMO Project, which has the I think it's the butterfly in the logo. I'm sure you've seen it. But non-GMO does not mean free of glyphosate, atrazine, all of the super toxic chemicals. So if someone says, "Oh, this is fine, it's non-GMO," it's like, no, it's not fine that it's non-GMO. It means no GMOs, but it doesn't mean all of the other super toxic chemicals.